Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and today is Wednesday, August 14th. You're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Let's start with today's top news, that of the Constitutional Court ruling 5-4 that Prime Minister Srettha did indeed violate the Constitution when he appointed a former lawyer who had spent time in jail over attempting to bribe the Supreme Court back in 2008 to a position within his cabinet earlier this year. As a result, Srettha has now been removed from his post as Prime Minister of Thailand.
Reports say that Deputy Premier Phumtham Wechayachai will take over as caretaker Prime Minister until a permanent replacement can be decided. Earlier this afternoon, the Charter Court entered its verdict to remove Srettha from the post of Premier, citing a violation of the ethics rules in the Constitution. That violation stems from the cabinet reshuffle in late April, in which Srettha had named Pichit Chuenbam to the position of Minister of the Prime Minister's Office. Back in 2008, Pichit was the lawyer for former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra and his wife in a case over a land deal in the Supreme Court. Pichit was jailed for 6 months for contempt of court and attempted bribery because he gave the Supreme Court officials a lunchbox that had a paper bag filled with 2 million baht in cash. Within days of his appointment to the position this year, a group of 40 now former senators filed a petition with the Constitutional Court requesting Srettha's removal as Prime Minister, saying he was unfit to serve due to his appointment of a corrupt official into his cabinet in violation of Section 164 and 5 of the Constitution. Pichit resigned within a month of his appointment, but the court accepted the petition and today issued their ruling to dismiss Srettha as Prime Minister. The ruling comes just a week after the same court dissolved the Move Forward Party, the country's popular progressive party that had won the most seats in last year's election. Last week, the Charter Court ruled that the party's attempts to amend the Royal Defamation Law were akin to overthrowing the constitutional monarchy. The ruling now throws Thailand back into political chaos, with the House of Representatives set to reconvene to now vote on a new permanent replacement for Srettha, out of a likely list of prime ministerial candidates that were sent to the Election Commission prior to last year's election, and who have to win at least 251 votes, though it's unclear when the vote would take place. Among the prime ministerial hopefuls once again in play include Anutin Chanvirakul, the head of the second biggest party in the ruling coalition from the Bunjai Thai Party, Paitongtarn Shinawatra, known as Ung Ing, who is the second in command in the ruling Pheu Thai Party, and the daughter of Thailand's political power broker Thaksin Shinawatra. And then there's Prawit Wongsuwan, one of the principals who had ruled the country during the military junta and served as deputy prime minister in the previous administration. This is a developing story, so for the latest, visit thephuket.news.com.
2 men are now behind bars in Kamala over a spate of motorcycle thefts in which police say the suspects would later break down the motorbikes into parts that they would sell.
2 suspects, identified by police as 39-year-old Suraj Singh and 36-year-old Rungroj, were arrested earlier this month, but later confessed to stealing several drills from locations in Tepkasatri. CCTV footage had been used to confirm the identities of the men involved in the thefts of several motorbikes in the Kamala area. After allegedly stealing the motorbikes, police say the men would then take them into the hills in Talang. Then they would allegedly dismantle the vehicles and later sell the parts to repair shops around the island, and sometimes to nearby provinces. Police say the 2 men did confess to the thefts during questioning, including the theft of a Honda Wave motorbike in Kamala on July 27th, a Honda Zoomer on August 3rd, and another Honda Wave with a sidecar in Tepkasatri earlier this week. Police also seized the stolen motorbikes. Police say that the men would also exchange the parts for drugs, and they also tested positive for methamphetamine, which was also tacked onto their list of charges. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And bring the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone. Oh.
Police are still investigating a fatal crash that took place this morning at the northern tip of the island, in which a Thai woman was killed when she was struck by a 22-wheel truck and trailer.
The crash took place at about 7 a.m. this morning, some 500 meters before the Phuket checkpoint at Chai, but right on the island. At the scene, police found the body of the Thai woman, identified as Wani Srinsongkram, under the front wheel bumper of the truck, which was registered in Krabi. The driver of the truck was still at the scene and was taken in for questioning. The victim's body was taken to Vashida Phuket Hospital for post-mortem examination before it could be released to relatives. The investigation is ongoing. Police made no mention of the daily ban on trucks with 10 wheels or more from Phuket's roads during rush hours from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Police in Karon are now confirming that the brawl that took place on Karon Beach last week allegedly stemmed from a refusal by tourists to pay the 2,000 baht fee for the parasail ride.
Photos and videos of the incident went viral on local social media pages on Monday. Phuket Tourist Police investigated the matter on Karon Beach, assisted by Karon Police, and the parasail operator who had been part of the altercation was interviewed. The operator, identified only as Mr. Boat, explained that a group of tourists agreed to a parasailing ride for 2,000 baht and refused to pay up front. After the ride, the tourists refused to pay, saying the ride was too short and was not what they expected. Boat said he took out his phone to take a photo of each guest, saying he was going to warn other operators about these tourists. Upon the last photo of the final person, they gave him the middle finger and knocked the phone out of his hand. This led to the scuffle seen in the video. According to the report by National State News Agency, NNT, the incident highlighted potential communication issues and misunderstandings between tourists and locals, especially in popular tourist destinations like Phuket. Local authorities are continuing to monitor the situation to prevent similar occurrences. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Thanks for joining us here on this Wednesday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks and mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.